Hello and blessings. My name is Rick Ireton. I'm with ChakraKey and ChakraKey Academy. And today I'm going to take you on a magic ride through your chakra system. And we can do that because we know the frequencies for each of the chakras and we know basically where they're located. And we have the capacity to play frequencies associated with each chakras in such a way that you can feel it. And so if you would like to go along with me on this little journey, it would be best that you stand up, because what we're going to be doing is playing frequencies, and you'll be able to feel the frequencies in different locations along your structure. And there's so much to say about the chakra system, and I know a lot of you may be new to the whole idea. But the idea about chakras is that as we have a physical body and a physical anatomy, we have a spiritual body and a spiritual anatomy. And within this spiritual anatomy, we have these sub-applications that manage each level of our consciousness, or they manage our entire structure. And if you can imagine, like your car, for instance, you've got a computer, but within the car there's a special computer just for the brake system, another computer for the brake lights and the steering wheel. All your different components have different applications. Well, in essence, we are made the same way, in that we have, in essence, well, there's 9 systems, separate systems within our structure, but only 7 of them sing, and I can get into that. And the menorah here gives us a picture of the each level of consciousness, or our separate levels of frequencies that control our structure. And it's super interesting, and what this does and what it provides to us is a tangible way to be able to test something. Like, is this guy Rick, is he really telling me the truth, or is he just making this stuff up? And what makes a difference is when you can feel it. And the deal is, we're able to feel the chakras due to something called sympathetic resonance. And this is a natural law, and we see it all the time. So whether there's a bunch of clocks in one room, pretty soon all the clocks will beat at the same beat. Or if there's 2 guitars in one room, and you play the C string on one guitar, the C string on the other guitar will sympathetically play as well. So using this principle as a means for activating the chakras, we can play frequencies, and then we can see if we can feel the frequency. And so that's what's so cool about this. And been doing this for a while now, and it's lots of people have experienced this. You're not the first. And so again, it's something that provides us with a unique way to experience our spiritual body, which is something we don't normally do. But the more you understand yourself, the better we do in life, because each system, each application has to do with an aspect of our survival and the way we have fun. Has to do with our survival, which would be the root chakra. Our sacral chakra has to do with sex, pleasure, creativity. It's this aspect of pleasure. We're designed to live in pleasure. The solar plex chakra right here has to do with personal power, and we all need a measure of personal power. But all these centers can, especially the lower centers, can get out of whack, or they can get out of harmony with the rest of the body. And thus you have these alternating energies that are designed to bring these chakras into balance, which is so wonderful. So going on up, we have these beautiful applications. One, survival. Primarily, we are engineered so we're going to survive. We need air, food, and water, a job, place to sleep, and the basics for survival. And then we've got the sacral, pleasure, solar plex for power. And the lower heart, this is part of this crop circle here. We get this lower part, all these energies come in the lower heart, and it has to do with gathering the forces from the lower chakras before it gets expressed out of the center heart. So the lower heart wants to feel physical pleasure. And then we have the center heart, and the center heart is like our speaker, our energetic speaker, where you've got these, this symbol. I haven't really described that yet, but this is a crop circle, and it's superimposed over a person sitting. And what this shows is that we've got these three primary centers, the lower chakras, upper chakras, and this heart chakra complex, I call it. And the way the complex is designed, it's designed so that the sum of all the energies from the lower chakras are brought up into the lower heart, sum of higher consciousness brought into the upper heart. And this is like our energetic crucible, where energies come together and it says, do I want to try to run from that bear, or do I want to just play dead? So we bring high conscious reasoning together before we actually send out our action, because this is the point. This creates our toroidal field. This is what we do, is our summation of consciousness is how we feel. It's like we think thoughts, but the summation of those thoughts turns into feelings that we express. And we have control over that. And the more we understand everything within and without our world, the better we're able to control what we do. And so this is all about helping you to expand your body of understanding of what's happening in your world so that we can be at greater creative cause over what we do in the world. And that's important. So the upper heart chakra has to do with unconditional love and bliss up here, and you can experience that just by touching your upper heart here like this. Feels so good, yeah. And then the brow chakra has to do with being able to see within, see without. And then the crown chakra is I like to call it spiritual antenna. It's where we connect with the universe, with divine, with God, with Jesus. And there's this concept that we have this magical body, and it's operating through frequencies. So it's really wonderful. So without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and play frequencies, and I'm going to ask you to stand up so you can actually experience each one for yourself. Begin at the root, and we'll work our way up to the crown. So again, to best experience it, you're in a standing position, you're breathing, doing some breaths, so you bring some energy into your body. And the idea of feeling the chakras, it's kind of like what you're looking for is subtle energy, and you can experience the subtle energy within your hands if you just bring them together. And because even our hands have chakras in them. We're so energetic, and so the idea that you bring them together and pull them apart, you can feel this energetic taffy, and basically that's subtle energy. So this is the next art that we can develop, is the art of experiencing yourself as subtle energy. And once you get into it, it happens really easily, and it's really cool. So it's kind of fun. So do join me. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and set up here to play the root chakra. So I have to set up my little, here we go. Okay, this frequency is generated by a computer, so it's a perfect frequency. And the frequency I'm going to play is for the root is basic frequency is 432, but I'm going to play an octave below that, which is still activating the chakra, which is 216. So here we go. So there it is. It's an innocuous little frequency. But what's happening now, that frequency, if you have a speaker and it's turned onto your body, again, headphones don't work because they don't activate the chakras. The chakras get activated by a frequency actually bumping up against the chakra. So right now this frequency is bumping up against my chakra, and I can put my hand out here. Let me see if I can get back far enough to see. I can't see it. It's down here right in front of my groin area. And basically what you'll feel is that your hands turn to putty in this area. And so, Stu, would you kind of help me with this? Turn these off and on so that, let's see, I'll just hit it right here. That turns it off. So what's fun with this, and kind of dramatic, is to be able to have the frequency there, and then when you turn the frequency off, the energy goes away. So you can turn it on and off in such a way as to experience, okay, here it is again. And once you find it, hold the energy, and then turn it off. and then it dissipates. And so what's amazing to consider is that we have each of these centers is tangible and we can feel it, and that there's a consciousness associated with each of these centers, and there's a whole level of consciousness associated with each of the chakras. And we just have to be so grateful that we would have this information, that we might understand ourselves as a multidimensional human spiritual being. We're not walking around just in our sacral chakra or just for power. We are walking around ultimately in complete harmony all the time. Although often we can get either depressed, unhappy, or something can go on in our life where we get off, where we're always walking around happy or sad or whatever. And so what we have a capacity to do is to step outside of ourselves a little bit and say, okay, where are you right now? And let me check your inner radio station, because we control where we go in our chakras with our attention. So just with our thought, we can bring ourselves into the upper heart chakra. Oh, it feels so good. We can bring ourselves in the solar plex. Yes, I want to win. We can bring ourselves in any one of the chakras. I mean, we've got a whole party going on here, and the more you understand it, the more you can experience it. So let's play the sacral chakra. It's pretty fun. Now, something also. Okay, so this is the sacral, and this frequency is 480, or you can cut it in half to 240. So this is 240 coming at you. And you can voice match that. It's a B. Right here shows the orange. Oh, I don't show the notes on this. It's a B. B, B, B. You don't really need to voice match it, but you can add to it. You can bring prayer in there. And I will say on this topic of the frequencies that sometimes our frequencies can get off. I mean, our chakras can get off. They can get blocked. And when they get blocked, they tend to be weakened. And this is another advantage of going through the tone scale with these frequencies to strengthen them, and then even to, we have a tuning fork to actually feel into your chakras and say, okay, what's going on there? And chakras actually are centers of emotion. And so you can recognize that the problem we get into is when we want things too much, where we have to overreach our desire for sex or pleasure. If we lie or cheat or steal or something, or in the solar plex for power. And so the way we're made is that if we lie about something or we cheat on something, what it does is it puts a block between the chakra and the heart, so that energetically your body's not working as well. It'll weaken the chakra, and ultimately this leads to dis-ease. I mean, all of this is the foundations of our health, is that we would live together in love and honesty and transparency, and that we would care about one another, and that we would, our chakras, our energy center would be clear, clean, happy, no problems. So I know this is a little bit of a long video, but I'm going to keep rolling it, and I'll just try to keep them so you can experience each one. Okay, so we did the sacral. Let's do the solar plex. It's pretty easy to find. Okay. Right here. This is actually 528, and this is sometimes mistaken for the upper heart, for the heart chakra. It's shown right here. Solar plex 528. You can cut that in half. And see, my solar plex wants to vibrate right away, but it's right up in this area. And it's a C. 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 And what you'll find with these energies is that you find an energetic ball. And it's kind of fun. You can kind of mess with it. You can kind of say, okay, there it is. You can bring your hands up here and go, oh, I don't feel it up here. Oh, I feel it here. Bring your hands down. Oh, I don't feel it here. So it's something that's very tangible. And, you know, it's really cool. It's also going out the backside. So there's a lot going on with this whole chakra conversation. Okay, so let's turn that off. Solar plex has to do with power, and we all need a measure of power, but our real power is not here. Our real power is in our throat chakra, because it's all about consciousness. The body's basically just muscles and stuff, you know, it's all about consciousness, but consciousness is governing the physicality. And so within our throat chakra, we have our conscience, the universal laws of nature there. Basically, that's where we want to connect with people. We want to speak the truth, this sort of thing. So all of this stuff, super important. Okay, let's go to the lower heart chakra now. Okay, lower heart, right here. So each one gets a little finer. It kind of goes, do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. It's not quite like that, but almost. Upper heart chakra is right about here. There it is. Let me see over here. And it's a C sharp. It's a C. Wow, my lower heart's so powerful today. It's amazing. Okay. There is music that goes with all these chakras as well, and some of it I'm not licensed to play, so I'm just going to play the frequencies right now. But we do something called chakra dance, which is fun, where you dance the chakras. And then there's also something called chakra drama, where you act out the chakra. And that's fun. And so there's a lot of things we can do to kind of get to know ourselves on this deeper level. And the goal of all this is to confirm that, yep, we are a family of human spiritual beings. We're all made to love. We have these chakras, and we now have a way to color code ourselves based on the frequency. All this stuff maps. So it's a way to understand ourselves in a scientific way, saying, yep, we're a family of human spiritual beings. We're all made to love. And our goal here is to create a world that's based upon our Creator's design for us. See, we are here for a purpose. And it isn't just to go to space or to just make a bunch of money. It's all about love. And that's what we find in this message, that this is all about love. And the idea is that we're all unique flowers in our Creator's garden. And everybody has a unique gift to share. And the idea for community is that we help all the flowers to come to bud and blossom in their own unique way. And this is the primary aspect of who we are and what we should be doing. It's like when I buy something from you, that's an act of love. When you buy something from me, that's an act of love. And ultimately, the role of community is to create situations where we can love one another. We can be creative together in this ever-expanding way. And so it's beautiful. And we're missing that now. And this is the problem with buying things in China and other countries and that sort of thing. But we don't go into that right now. Okay, so let's go to the center heart chakra. 300. It's 300, which is awesome to know. That's 3. And so also we have the math for all this stuff, and you'll have to check that on the website. Okay, it's right here. It's 300, so it's a D. My voice isn't so good sometimes. Well, I feel this energy so big out here. Yeah. So, gosh, it feels so yummy. So, You'll have to let me know how you are able to experience these. All these frequencies are on my website at ChakraKey Academy, and it's under Academy, and then you have to go down to teaching. It's kind of hidden in there. But I have a table that has all the frequencies, and you can experience it at the basic frequency, which is like 432, 216, 108, or 54. So I go down several octaves so you can experience yourself in these different octaves. And it's kind of interesting to feel to go through the different octaves. Okay, so upper heart chakra. So let's get that frequency teed up here. I just want to say one thing about the upper heart, because it's kind of the, it's the yummiest part of our chakras, I think, because it's a feeling of unconditional love. And it's so darn powerful. It's like what we're all looking for is this feeling of bliss and unconditional love. And you just put your hand up here and you'll feel that. And it's just so amazing. And you can put your hands there at night or sometime when you just need to be, to feel this love. It's within us. And this concept about how the center heart is really the speaker and everything's just coming through here. So your consciousness is coming through this speaker. And everything is wonderful, basically. It all feels great. But some of them feel, well, maybe better, especially if you're feeling good. You're not, you don't feel you're in danger, because danger can come through here as well. So, okay, so let's go ahead and do the throat chakra. Okay, 336. And I think it's a E, D-E. It's a E. E. Do I have it for everybody? I don't have it. Okay, it's right in this area here. D. Flutes activate the throat chakra real beautifully because certain instruments activate certain chakras. And so the flutes is real beautiful for the throat. Okay, let's go to the brow. So the brow is a very interesting chakra. This is our center of intuition. This is where we see without, we close our eyes, we see within. Our imagination is here, and it's this area of being able to dream and to connect and process. It's our command center, and our Creator made this. So our brow chakra, the main chakra, would be controlling our sacral chakra. So it's interesting to know that this is if you're having troubles with drug addiction, sex, things that are over, want too much ice cream or things, we go to the brow chakra to resolve that, which is like big picture thinking, like, okay, do you want to do that? And we also have a problem here with illusion and delusion, where somebody can say, it's okay to mess with little kids, and that's when your brow chakra goes into your sacral and says, into your gut intuition and says, well, no, I don't think it is, because my gut intuition says, no, that's not good. And so this is our check and balance, and that's the idea that our Creator made us with this ability to have a check and balance. And this is a real strong one right here. So it's so beautiful how we're made. And the more we understand our design, the more, well, the idea is that there's always a bit of a competition between the lower chakras wanting everything, all the pleasures and money, give it all to me. And then your upper chakras are saying, well, let's think about this. This is not why you're here. We want to connect. We want to be friends. We don't want to lie, cheat, or steal. So the more, when it comes down to it, you've got a competition from this energy in here and this energy here. And this is yang, this is yin. Yang overtakes yin naturally until yin understands the nature of the yang. So for us, it's all about our consciousness. It's about what we know, what we believe is okay. If you think it's okay to kill somebody, you could kill somebody. But wait a minute, oh, I can't kill anybody without killing myself. Because we're not meant to do that. We're here to be lovers, peacemakers. Nobody's here to hurt anybody. And So anyway, this is part of this whole formula of understanding. Okay, so our brow chakra, I'm going to play that frequency. That's another really neat frequency. Okay. And that's coming out right here. Boop, boop. And it's kind of an F. But it's kind of E frequency. What you can find with the brow also is it's coming out here pretty strong. And so you can play with these energies and see where you're finding it. Yeah. So of course, there's a lot to know about who we are and how we're made. I mean, we're complex beings. But what ChakraKey, what this symbols give us is a framework we can use to build out, and we can make these columns go, out 20 or 30 columns. And within that, we can better understand the nature of each level of consciousness we have. Yeah, it's kind of like we're bioenergetic robots, and we're just not aware of it. We're just walking around going, "Feed me," And so, in a way, we're definitely at a disadvantage when we don't understand what's going on. What's happening with our body, how we navigate the world. Why am I here? What's okay, what's not okay. So, okay, the last one, the crown chakra. And this crown chakra goes to our root chakra, right? And so I think this is an area that for most people is a mystery. But when you think about the benefit of our Creator making us so that our root chakra is connected to the crown. And for one thing, if you think of it, we're kind of made like a generator, like we're an energetic being, and generators always have a positive and a negative. And one aspect of the generator, you need to be grounded. And so the better we're grounded, the better stronger our connection. But there's also this concept of ultimately fears we give to God, anxieties, and this is a whole nother aspect of understanding how to live an empowered life through expanded meditation, through having expanded conversations and communion time with the divine. And this is such a gift and a blessing that we have that many of us don't take advantage of. In fact, some people don't believe in God. And so in a way, these are kind of like doors. And if you think about it, if you don't believe in God or universe or that there's more to it in life, this is a door that you don't even open. I don't go there, I don't pray, I don't do any of that stuff because I don't believe in it. Well, when you do that, what it does, it affects your root chakra and how we live. And so this can hurt us because, and this concept of confusion, of not knowing and not realizing the beauty of who we are and why we're here, and that, misinformation that you can get up here from television into the brow chakra that you eventually buy into, can get us into trouble. Or what it does is it limits our the time we have here on earth, our beauty. And one of the great things that I like to think about is that we have the opportunity to go to the end of our life and look back over our life. And if we look at it like a field of flowers, we can say, okay, looking back over my life, what kind of flowers was I growing? What was I doing? How did it go? And then we can just do some analysis on that and then come into present time and say, okay, given that at the end of my life, I want to be able to look back and see that I was this loving expression. I helped a lot of people find themselves to be this expression. But we had the idea that we're able to plant a lot of beautiful flowers along the way. That's the great beauty, I think. And so, okay, with that, I'm going to play turn my little phone off here. Sorry about that. Okay, so I'm going to play the crown frequency, and the way you feel it is up here, just like a bolt of light that comes in, and it can get big. Okay, let's play the crown. 384. Okay, what's happening right now? It feels like you're expanding this crown chakra up here. You're tickling all this energy that's not really attached to the, sort of attached, but it's up here in this crown. And basically that's what you're looking for when you feel that, is this bolt of light coming down from heaven. And you can just feel it kind of rush in. Feeling in between your palms. Yeah. All right. So, those are the chakra frequencies. And I will just say something in closing, that there are frequencies out there on the internet called Salvaggio frequencies. And the Salvaggio was a monk. He was like a priest. And he helped write music, and he came up with do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, that sort of thing. But in no way was he ever associated with chakras or the chakra frequencies. And somehow in our world, we got onto the Salvaggio frequencies as being the chakra frequencies, and they're not. And ultimately, we want to be in integrity with our chakras, with our understanding of the chakras, with understanding that color and frequency, color and sound, is the same thing perceived by different senses. So everything lines up. And so, as you can imagine, there's a lot of different variations of the color red. I mean, but it's all within a range of frequency. So this is kind of another topic when you really get down to drilling down what frequencies, what color, that sort of a thing. And but the main thing is this concept that that as a prism breaks into the spectrum, that's what we are. A prism, a light beam comes into our system as a light spectrum and comes into this rainbow of colors. And we're able to experience each of these colors, each as a level of consciousness through the frequency. So this is such a big deal. And so anyway, thank you for taking the time to go through this. I know it's been a half hour. It's a little bit of a long video, but again, love to hear from you. Again, it's ChakraKey Academy, and let me know how it goes. God bless. I'll see you again.